Heyo, it's Livecold, and welcome back to my Minecraft survival series. You may notice that we're starting in a different spot than normal, and that's because things have changed. I've done some work. This is my third time trying to make this episode. This has been going on for the matter of a couple months, probably, of me trying to figure out what to do with this episode, and I've decided I'm starting over for the third time. But let me get you up to speed with everything that's happened so far. So in the last episode, which is like 2 months ago now, we got elytra. Fantastic, absolutely beautiful time, and I decided to go and explore basically immediately after getting elytra. So here's a little compilation of how that went. It's literally just after the last episode, but I couldn't wait to go out and look at what I found. Look at. I think these are the firefly bushes. Oh, wow. Big ol' structures. Couldn't wait to start exploring. Oh, with I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god! And the mob variants. Mangrove. Oh, wow, this is really pretty. Oh, and the water is the frogs! Oh my god, wait. Oh my god. He's white. Have there always been white frogs since they've added frogs, or have there not been? You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. They added fireflies. Mistakes were made. 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 Oh god, oh god. Fuck. Okay. Hey guys, don't do what I do and just run around willy-nilly trying to kill creepers, because, it doesn't end well. It doesn't go well for you, and then you nearly die. I did end up dying, which was really fun. Not to that whole baby zombie thing you saw at the end there, but to a different thing after the fact, which was a creeper, which is a good time. Lost all my stuff, went back to the end to get new elytra, got a bunch more elytra, got a bunch more shulkers, and then went exploring again because I don't learn my lesson, but ended up actually finding all the stuff I had lost, which is good. Anyways, after that, I did a little bit more work on the city and decided that it was about time to move everything out of the way so that I could get a better start on some of the planning, especially for this situation over here, because I had plans for that stuff. And you'll also notice all the animals are gone. So that's part of what we did. That's why all those shulkers are over there, and you can see the fences over there. The animals aren't in render distance, but they're all over there now. You'll also notice there's been a few changes in terms of some of the layout. I've upgraded to 1.21.7, and the free cam mod isn't compatible with that yet, so we're gonna have to do this the old-fashioned way. But you'll notice that the layout of the arts district is a little bit different. The layout of this is a little different. Some stuff had to be moved around as I realized that the building sizes I had laid out are not realistic building sizes. Maybe for a single room, but not for an entire, like, shop. That's not how that works. So I basically tore the entire thing down and redid it. It needed to be done. A lot of this stuff was just stuff I had been putting off that needed to be done. And I'm so much happier with how this is laying out now. Finally getting in the layout of the post office and how much space this needs to take up, as well as actually figuring out what to do with the tavern over here, as well as some of the other things, such as this little cafe, which was originally probably like, God, maybe this big. If you see that layout, that is not big enough in the slightest. Anyways, all this to say, we've done quite a bit of just reorganizing in the past, honestly, in the past, like, few weeks, this has been. I will say one of the pros of getting incredibly busy and having no time to work on this is that new Minecraft updates come out that help me immensely, such as those little copper guys. We're keeping the post office. I've put enough effort in that post office, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. But those little copper boys are going to be so, so helpful. I was like racking my brain trying to figure out how to do a little storage system in maybe this small of a space or smaller. And then they announced those little copper guys. And everything is solved. Maybe not everything, but a number of things. Anyways, that update is perfect for me because I was racking my brain trying to figure out how to fit a sorting system into a space like this, and then ending up being like, maybe I just don't like subsort everything. But with the announcement of those little copper boys, they will, from my understanding, what they do is they will take items from a copper chest and place them into a corresponding normal chest that contains the same item. Now, what this means is redstone-less sorting and redstone-less multi-item sorting, which for what I'm doing here is absolutely beautiful. I've also expanded some of these shops over here. This is the biggest part that got redone, but especially in terms of trying to make like a diagonal sorting system was something I was trying to do. This is going to make my life so much easier. I'm so glad. This update was for me specifically, and also everybody else who's wanted better item sorting over the years. But me specifically, I believe they made this update for. So let me show you around what's been happening so far, what the new layout is like. So as you can see, we've expanded this sort of town square thing. It's quite a bit bigger. It's kind of huge now, actually, which I'm here for. And it's what I wanted in the first place, which is great. A lot more space so that I can actually set up stalls, like maybe there's like a market or a farmer's market going on or something like that. The tavern is a bit bigger. You can see I've named it Skeleton Key because got our little skeleton spawner down here. There's also another little joke with this. There is a band with a song called Skeleton Key. One of my friends knows exactly which band that is and will yell at me about it. There's probably a few bands with a song called Skeleton Key, but I'm thinking of one in particular. We have still the same sort of road system, same sort of road setup. We're still coming in at this corner, that corner, and over here as entrances, this being sort of the main entrance, which will go over to this spot over here. May as well just use the rockets. Over here. And then the bridge, which is something I want to work on, but I need to actually gather materials for that first. And it'll bring us over here, and this is sort of the main entrance from that space over there, and it'll just sort of wind down around here. I'm probably not going to keep this section on like a perfect grid like the rest of this is, because it just doesn't really make sense. Same thing with these roads sort of going over to that spot over there. What this road leads into is, again, this sort of town square type thing. And we have this other road also pretty big. This is what I'm envisioning as sort of the main road. We're going to have to rework some of these, but this is sort of the main road, and it'll come from over here, which I'm still envisioning this guy as the entrance. That'll wind down around and lead us back to that road. See that orange guy over here? This is going to be sort of an inn at the very entrance of the town. I think it's a good spot for it. I think it's a decent size. This actually was the thing that tipped me off to, oh, my buildings are too small. Because when I mapped this out in isolation of anything else and tried to figure out the right size for this, I was like, oh, so that's how big a building is. Got it. Understandable. So this is sort of what tipped me off to rework absolutely everything else. So, thank you, Inn. Very cool. And the buildings surrounding the town square, we've got a little cafe over here. Gonna put like this is gonna be storage, but also like a kitchen. I'm sort of mapping out the interior a little bit with the wool as well. I don't know what this building is. I don't know what this building is. It's great. It's fine. Again, this is our tavern. Again, mapping out the inside with the purple wool. We have our post office over here, like I've already shown you. This one doesn't really need to be that big. It just needs to be big enough to hold the sort of interface, if you will. And I'm very happy that I was able to incorporate this little alley, this tiny, tiny little alley for the back of the tavern. Make some like little trash piles in here. I think it'll be kind of fun little detail. A bunch of these buildings, I don't have any clue what I'm going to turn them into yet, which is great because I think one of the issues I was running into last time was feeling like I wasn't going to have enough space for all the buildings that I would want or need to put in a system like this. And it turns out this is a huge area that I'm working with. I'm working on an absolutely ridiculous amount of space, and this is all gonna work out just fine. So that's good for me. We've got this library over here, which definitely needs to be big. It's a library after all. And then this is right next to, again, the arts district, which has had a little bit of a rework. We're gonna put records. We're still gonna keep the wool and dyes and stuff here. I really, really want to add like a wool or dye shop. As somebody who does fiber arts, crochet specifically, I think that's really important to me. We've got this over here, which is probably going to be pottery shop, and this guy's probably going to be like paintings or something like that. We'll figure it out later. I've also mapped out this massive area because I think it would be fun to put in like a theater or something. I think that's mostly everything. Oh, we haven't actually talked about this stuff up here. So if this is our arts district, this is our tech district. Now tech usually is just like redstone in terms of Minecraft, but I've decided that copper fits the bill just as well. We've got our little copper shop as well as a little redstone shop. And these guys are also pretty big. And I think that this is also where the little copper guys are gonna like really, really come into play really nicely. I think that they will fit right in here, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. I've also got this over here. I kind of want this to be like the entrance to like a sort of mad scientist lair, like evil science goes on here. This is where the evil science goes into, especially with it being right next to the ravine. We'll see if that actually comes to fruition, but I think that'll be fun. Got a secret hut for secret things. We'll see how that goes, but that's sort of little mini plan right there. And then we also have general like what's it called? Just sort of like, you know, normal city maintenance things. We got a city hall here. This might expand a little bit more. We'll see. I believe I've already talked about the quarry over there. This guy. Again, I don't have free cam right now. It's not updated to 1.21.7, which sucks. But we got our quarry over here, which is already, I've got the redstone for this all set up in my mind. Not actually in this world yet, but it works. And we've got our plant store. I believe I've talked about these before, but just as a little update, or just reminder, I guess, this is where the plants will be. And that's our, like, logging area. Not just that box. It'll be bigger than that box. But logs and things are over here. Now, there are a few more buildings I want to or need to incorporate here, such as, like, a hospital or doctor's office where I can store potions and things. That's going to sort of double up with some potions and stuff over there because it makes sense that the sort of danger area would also have potions. Anyways, I'll just do a little overview. You know, danger area, little market of danger things, nether portal, another tavern, shiny goods. This will probably be like a little medical tent. And then there's this secret thing back here. And this I'm very, very excited for, and I'm not going to say anything about it yet. Now, as I've been going through this, I've sort of been working through my mind of like what I want to do here, how I want to like build up the story of the town. It's not going to be like anything super elaborate, like super storytelling-y, but I've gone through a few different versions of this in my mind of like what the vibe of the town was going to be. My original thought was this post office has kind of always been a bit central to the situation. So my first thought was going to be like, okay, so the post office is underground. This is like a deserted town, right? Like there's no people anywhere, and the vibe is like somebody trying to rebuild like a town they once knew, or like trying to recreate a society when they're the only one there, because, you know, in Minecraft, like if you're playing single player, you're the only person there. So like what happened to literally everybody else, like that kind of like post-apocalyptic type of feel, sort of eerie. And then I sort of got bored of that. I decided, you know what would be fun actually? You know what would be kind of silly and fun? Is getting the armor stand mod and putting in characters from stuff that I am like a really big fan of. So actually, I think this actually started with me deciding to incorporate buildings from stuff that I liked, specifically one building over there, which we will get to later. And then it sort of went into, well, why not just incorporate characters as well? Make the place feel lived in. So let me know in the comments what you think about that. I think it'd be really fun, and I'm kind of already sold on the idea, so you might not actually have any say in the matter. Sorry. But let me show you the first thing that's really, like, gotten into my mind of how we can do this. There's a few different things of this. I have a friend who's really into records, actually, and I'm probably gonna, like, put them in the record store looking at records, obviously, but someone who's really into music. Same friend who knows exactly what this is referring to. I want to put in some characters from One Shot. I still don't know how I'm going to incorporate them. One Shot is a fantastic game, by the way. I have a playthrough on my account, but it's like super old and I didn't even finish the game properly. So play it for yourself, please. It is absolutely fantastic. Well worth like the $10 it costs. I'm thinking also of putting some of like the Spider-Verse kids in here because I think that'll be really fun. But this right here is the first and probably only building that is truly dedicated to some sort of media. So I've been playing Ace Attorney. That's all I have to say. That's it. That's the whole statement. I've been playing Ace Attorney. I've decided to make the courtroom in my Minecraft survival world. Don't look at me. Nobody talk to me, okay? Those games are really good. They're really good. Anyways, Ace Attorney courtroom. This is the judge's stand. Here's the benches. Here's the thing. It's not done. Don't look at me, okay? But I think that'll be really fun. I think it's gonna be really fun to like just like put these characters in here and just like I don't know. I think it's gonna be really silly and just a good time to like make this area feel lived in. And maybe I'll end up putting like, if any of you comment, maybe you'll get a spot in here as well. I think that'll be fun. I'm definitely planning on putting my friends in here. Again, I have one friend who's going in the record shop for sure. But yeah, that's the whole plan. That's the overview entirely of what's going on here. So I'm going to continue to work on laying this out because this is such an ordeal, like, of a project. It really is the type of thing where I need to make sure my layout is correct. Or I really want to make sure my layout is correct, that everything looks about right before I start, like, actually erecting buildings. Because if I had done that initially over there, I would have had to tear the whole thing down, and who knows how long that would have taken. So I'm going to continue over the next, however long it is, I'm going to continue working on getting all these little sketches out. But yeah, I think that should give you guys a good overview of what's going on here, what the overall plan is. I really genuinely don't know how many times I've talked about this. It's probably gotten old. This is going to be a project that takes a while. I'm gonna need to go reorganize all of my chests over there at some point, but that's a problem for future me. I'm not doing that right now. I'm using all of the wool I can to build up a bunch of random buildings. Hooray! But yeah, I think that we will call it there for this episode. I know that this was just basically an explainer of what exactly has been going on, but at this point, me having spent, like, tried to make this video twice already, I think I just need to, like, make the video and just be like, here's the video, this is what we did, this is it. I need to get my brain off of video 6 and onto video 7. See, this video is trying to kill me. It's actively trying to kill me. So we're gonna call that there. I hope you enjoyed my insane ramblings about what's going on here. I need those little copper boys yesterday. they're going to be immensely helpful, and I'm really excited to just have them, like, they are going to be, like, have to be locked in these little rooms so they don't get out of, like, and try to search places, because they have, like, a 32 block radius, which is part of why, like, this is staying, is because this is going to have to, like, getting from here over to there is way more than 32 blocks, so we need to, like, pre-sort here still, so it's good that my post office design isn't going to waste, but I'm rambling. Yeah. Out of practice at video, not that I was ever in practice to begin with. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what buildings or what characters you want to see, and maybe we will incorporate them. I have a few in mind already, and I'll probably make a couple of, like, original characters. I'm gonna make Minecraft OCs. I have one in mind for that green building over there that I'm really excited for. That building over there, that green one. Plans. They're not, like, in major plans, like, everyone's gonna be, like, wildly disappointed by that building, but, like, plans. Yeah. As the sun goes down on this fine Minecraft day, I bid you all adieu, and hope you have a good day. Thanks for listening to me go and lose my mind. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye! Oh my god, hopefully I, like, actually did this correctly this time, and my brain can, like, get itself off of episode 7, episode 6. I'm gonna lose my mind.